Buddies, welcome back. So, many people call this motorcycle the much awaited adventure motorcycle. And I have been waiting for other reviewers and journalists to make videos about this motorcycle so that I can later on make a video after watching their videos, because you all know it. I want to generally talk about the things which not many people talk about. Okay, because I'm here to help you guys save money. Because when you're buying motorcycles, it's not just like a mobile phone where if your decision is gone wrong, it's not 10, 20, 30,000 rupees, that is at risk. Here, lakhs of rupees is at risk. Okay, so now if you are someone who has already decided that I want a KTM brand and it doesn't matter to me, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to buy the KTM Duke 390 Adventure by spending about 3,60,000 rupees. If you already decided, go ahead, buy it, nothing wrong. It's your decision, it's your money. I hope you remain happy with it, but go ahead. However, if you are someone who is still thinking if you should buy it, if you got that question on your mind, then this video is for you. I'm here to talk about the points which might trigger something in your mind. So number one, okay, when a brand calls a motorcycle adventure motorcycle, they better know what they're talking about. Okay, so the point number one, adventure motorcycles cannot have alloy wheels. I know enough people spoke about this, but in the recent reviews, many people say that these alloys can handle bad roads. Alloys can generally handle bad roads, but not in adventure situations where you end up hitting some rocks really hard. No, see, when you are in an adventure situation, something has to fail only once and you're stuck. Okay, when an alloy wheel hits a hard rock, it is going to bend or crack, and there's no tube inside, so all the air will leak out and you are stuck. You can't do anything about it. Okay, so that is the reason we need to have spoked wheels where there's a tube inside. So even if the wheel bends, okay, the tube inside will still get you going. If you're stuck in a condition where it's freezing, there's water, you have to get out of the situation to save your life. Okay, so alloy wheels, no. And next, see, just like how camera manufacturers these days use gimmicky things like 100 megapixel camera, cell phone manufacturers, how cell phone manufacturers fool you with this marketing saying that 100 megapixel camera on their cell phone. The same way, okay, motorcycle companies sometimes put in unrequired stuff into a few models and they market it. Now, all right, let's talk serious stuff. Okay, as a serious motorbiker, how would quick shifter help in an adventure motorcycle? Now, quick shifter is, I've made videos about quick shifter. It is a technology where you keep the throttle wide open and you can upshift the gears without using the clutch lever. Okay, now this is a technology which is needed for the racetrack. Okay, where on a racetrack a millisecond matters. How does it matter in an adventure situation? I would just rather pull the clutch lever back and upshift or downshift. Okay, so here quick shifter is absolutely useless. Of course, no one would want to spend that extra money. It could be 10, 20,000 rupees, whatever it takes to add that quick shifter onto a motorcycle. Not required. Then it has traction control. Now, traction control, for someone who doesn't understand, when you open throttle, okay, you open it hard. If a motorcycle has so much torque, so much power, then the rear wheel will start to spin, because the rear wheel will not have enough grip to actually hold on to the road. It will start spinning before the motorcycle goes forward. That is where traction control electronically limits the power going to the rear wheel. But I mean, see, Duke 390 is a fast motorcycle, with all due respect. I own a Duke 390, I own a RC 390, I love them. But they don't have so much torque where you open the throttle and the rear wheel is going to spin so hard. No, you really don't need that traction control. Yes, for someone who doesn't understand off-roading at all, in that situation, if you are, if you're on a mountain where there's too much sand, and if you open throttle hard, then traction control might help. But do you really want to depend on electronics so much? If you are a beginner, I would suggest learn how to manage your throttle and not just depend on traction control. Okay, all these things are useful for professionals, not for beginners. Okay, if you depend too much on electronics at a very early stage, you're 18 years old, you get dependent to traction control, it's like playing a video game. You're never going to learn anything about throttle management. Next, cornering ABS. Why? Cornering ABS is useful when on a motorcycle, on a racetrack, on a proper race motorcycle, you're leaning the motorcycle so much that in that lean angle where motorcycle is like this at a corner, that time if you want to do trail braking is when you're actually braking when you're already in the corner, when the motorcycle is it is tilted. That time the cornering ABS, the computer calculates how much of braking power should be sent to which wheel, and it prevents you from having a low side. Okay, if you brake hard when the motorcycle is already in a lean, then if the wheels slow down too fast, then you can have a low side. Okay, that is useful for race technology on a racetrack, not for adventure situations. Now all these things are piling up the cost of the motorcycle. Okay, and I'm here. Okay, all my life I've been talking about how to improve your life, how to invest money, how to grow in life. But I don't want my buddies, you subscribers, to spend money unnecessarily. Okay, and next thing, so another very important thing, in an adventure situation, you'll be riding a motorcycle at very, very slow speeds. Okay, now imagine you're going up, some mountain and it's all rock. There's water. You'll be probably riding at 10 kilometers an hour. Okay, for hours together. And if it's not cold climate, if it's warm, well, you already know this. The Duke 390 engine and the RC 390 engine, they are very, very high compression engines. The compression ratio is very close to 13:1 ratio. In this kind of situation, the engine is going to heat up when you're riding slow because the radiator won't have enough airflow. The radiator needs to have airflow at least at about 35-40 kilometers an hour to do at least basic cooling. The radiator fan cannot do all the job and the engine is going to heat up and sometimes might even overheat. So with the same engine as the Duke 390, okay, I know the radiator has been curved a little bit. All those things don't help in slow conditions. So not good at all, And next thing, gear ratios. This motorcycle, the Duke Adventure 390, has the same gear ratios as the Duke 390. So you know what that means? This is tall gearing. The Duke 390 can do 55 to 58 kilometers an hour in the first gear. So that means if you are in a situation where you're riding very slow in an adventure situation, in general conditions, a Duke 390, if you are below 30 kilometers an hour, you got to be in the first gear. So in adventure situations, do you really want to be stuck in the first gear all the time, even if you're riding at 30 or 20 kilometers an hour? No, you would want to be even if you're standing tall on the bike, you want to be in second gear or third gear and keep going on that bad road patch. So tall gear ratios, no, you want short gear ratios. KTM has not done that. I love KTM, but it is what it is. And next, basically it is the same engine with long travel suspension, and suspension is not adjustable. Okay, so well, what more? Let me think. So all said and done, you know what, if you are someone who really likes adventure, hardcore adventure guy, okay, then you don't have to even think about the Duke 390 Adventure. you would have to think about something which can take a lot of beating, and that is the Himalayan, without a doubt, because Himalayan costs about 1,80,000 rupees, and the Duke 390 Adventure is double the cost. I would buy a Himalayan and spend that another 1,60,000 or 1,50,000 or whatever on buying good riding gear. Most of the people end up buying a motorcycle and they don't have enough money to buy even a basic nice helmet or a jacket. I would spend that money buying good riding gear, and I can do so many tours. I can go to Ladakh, I can go to Spiti, I can do K2K, I can do what not, in that extra money. Imagine I can get 2-3 years of 5 years of fuel in that extra money. Okay. Plus, if I'm someone who likes to take the motorcycle, do some jumps, do some really crazy off-roading, I would not even buy the Himalayan. I would probably buy the X-Pulse for 1,20,000 rupees. Very lightweight motorcycle. I know it's only a 200cc, but has enough power for a lightweight dirt bike kind of a motorcycle. So, and something which I've absolutely loved, which my good friend Toll-Free Traveler mentioned. Someone asked him in one of the meetups, they asked him, when are you going to upgrade your bike? Which is your next motorcycle? He smiled and he said that, see, I'm a traveler. I like to ride motorcycle and travel. So for me, my motorcycle has to serve the basic purpose. And his Thunderbird is doing that. He said, why should I spend that extra money in buying new motorcycles and upgrading? I want to travel on a motorcycle, and my motorcycle is doing the job. Because in the end, it is about riding. It is about touring on a motorcycle. It is about experience of motorcycling. It is not about how many electronics your motorcycle has got or which motorcycle you have. Learn to enjoy what motorcycle you have or a motorcycle that you can afford. That is the most important thing. Save money, build your life up. Most of you guys are very, very young. Okay. So I think that is all that I want to say, buddies. Thank you. And if you have anything to say, put it up in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on important videos like these. And I'm there on Instagram and Facebook. And the number for National Motorcycle Helpline, which you all know, where you can contact me on a WhatsApp message. For any query regarding motorcycles, the number is below in the description of National Motorcycle Helpline. Thank you. Bye-bye.